I-5 is back open, but the mess continues. Cars underwater. Cattle, it seems to be looking for high ground with that rising water there. And in some parts, people are trapped in homes. On top of that, flooding. Snow continues to pile up in the mountains as well, shutting down all passes and forcing one town to declare a state of emergency. But first, we begin with breaking news as a home on Perkins Lane in Seattle is sliding off a hill.
The Seattle Fire Department says that they've rescued one man. He had been trapped in the basement during that slide. Fire crews say a woman was able to escape on her own.
Unfortunately, though, a dog died at the scene and a second dog has yet to be located. This is still an active scene. We'll bring you the latest information on fox13seattle.com.
Now, if you haven't figured out, no one seems to be immune from the feeling of the impacts with this latest round of weather. Now,
thousands of people are without power. This is a look at live updates from Puget Sound Energy. At peak hours, almost 8,000 people were in the dark. Now it is roughly 5,000, so they are making some progress there, Matt.
Yeah, we are bringing you team coverage on all these fronts tonight, from impacts of the closed roads on our economy to the cost of fixes to the damage that we've already witnessed.
Matt Markovich is at Snoqualmie Pass with dozens of truck drivers who are still stuck with the loads they are trying to haul. But first, we head to Centralia to check in with Fox 13's Frankie Thompson. Frankie, the flood on I-5 has receded. That's some good news, but it sounds like homes are still, at risk there.
And this is the reason why. I'm just going to step to the side so you can see the floodwaters rushing over roads just like this all across Centralia. Now, this water is coming from the Skookumchuck River just to the west of us. High waters from area rivers are flooding communities all across Lewis County. I-5 was even shut down for hours this morning. Earlier today, Washington State Department of Transportation closed a 20-mile stretch of the interstate until the flooding receded. I-5 is now open after being shut down for hours due to water spilling onto the roads. We also have helicopter video of the city of Chehalis underwater with flooding coming from the Chehalis River. The video shows a few people standing on their property surrounded by the high waters. Cattle are also wandering, trying to get to dry land. 8 people stayed overnight with the American Red Cross shelter at Centralia Middle School. Officials say by lunchtime today, there were 50 people at the shelter. One woman says the fire department came to her home at 5 this morning to evacuate her. She tells us she was rescued by boat as water was spilling into her home.
Or up to the stairwell. And by the time I get home, I'm not sure what it's going to be like, because there's more water from the flood from across the street.
Washington State Patrol says State Route 6 and State Route 507 are still closed with water over the roads. Troopers are urging people to not drive through the waters as they may be deeper and moving faster than they appear. The flood stage of the Skookumchuck River is 189 feet. The river is expected to crest just under 191 feet tonight and then fall below flood stage tomorrow afternoon. We are going to stay here and bring you more information about what the community is doing to help people who are struggling to recover from flooding like this. That report is coming to you in about 30 minutes. For now, reporting live in Centralia, Frankie Thompson, Fox 13 News.
Thank you, Frankie. We are also tracking some serious flooding in Lewis County. Take a look at this video sent in to us by Tris Coffeen in Chehalis. She tells us when she woke up early this morning to go to work, that is when she realized her house was surrounded by water and flooding.
I get up at 2:30 in the morning for work, and I open the door to let my dogs out. And that's when I got a good glimpse of what was going on. In the backyard, we have a 5-foot fence, and it is halfway up the fence. So there's about 2.5 feet of water. And in the front, there's about a foot and a half of water. The water, though, is flowing high rate. Like, it's just like a river would be moving.
Well, she says she and her husband didn't get any evacuation or other notices. She tells us, though, she's actually been more concerned about her 2 dogs than the house itself, and she's just trying to stay positive about being rescued and getting through all of this.
So far, we're okay in the house. I have 2 dogs here that obviously can't get out to grass. But yeah, we're okay for everything else. I actually just saw rescue guys in a boat come down the street. So I guess we'll see what they're doing.
She says they've reached out to the Lewis County Emergency Management people and are prepared to leave. We will update you once we hear from her about how everything worked out. And, over